Someone has actually recently mentioned to me how important it is to receive consent from somebody to perform healing on them. What I do, and I would love you to hear this because it's very important for me. I never ever look behind anybody's frequency field unless it's truly slapping me in the face, literally. So for example, if someone is putting themselves out there on a YouTube or a TikTok and coming out to do a transmission, they don't ask my permission to receive it. I click, I listen, therefore I'm already tuning into the frequency and I'm listening. So that way, yes, I will always look behind the frequency because I don't listen to everything. I will always go in, I will drop into my heart space, and I will tune into the frequency of the message I'm receiving. And that's one of my innate gifts. I can do that very quickly, and I don't allow anything to come here that doesn't resonate with here. And that's how I work with my clients as well. So if you come in and you just see me for the first time ever and you're thinking this lady is sitting in the forest and chatting to me, then I always would say, you're not obligated to listen to anything and anybody. When people come at you with their frequency and energy, it's your job, your task, your personal responsibility to drop into your heart space and ask your higher self, your Christus self, make connection with the God to check that that frequency is resonating with you, because I personally don't want anybody to put anything into my field. I protect my frequency very much so, and I care about it because I am on a healing journey and I work with other people. So I take responsibility not just for myself but also for my clients, and I would never ever allow anybody to tinker with my frequency. And I know that there will be different type of people coming on, scrolling through and seeing my face and thinking, let's see, is she full of this or this? Well, no, because before I come on every life, in fact, I put up my shields. I have my Maharic shield up, and also I always call on my own personal protection. And the best protection you have, it's God. It's His, hers, it, light, right? So God's protection and light is the best protection you can get. There's no better. So that's very, very important for me. So coming back to the consent, right? Yes, that's what I do when I come upon other people's transmissions or lives or anything else. I will drop into my heart space and I will connect with my crystal self to see whether that frequency is not of the highest light. Is this coming from God? Is this transmission coming from a distorted source? Because please remember, channeling is an innate skill that we all have. We channel every day, we just don't realize really. We channel with each other. You're communicating with me and I'm communicating with you. And we do that simply because it's our innate gift. Some of us only, like famous guys on YouTube, will be channeling this or that collective, right? Some will channel archangels, angels. I tend to channel my higher self, my highest expressions of my own higher self, my crystal self from 12th dimension and above, where I know that there is no distortion energetically. So I feel that I am safe. And when you hear me, for example, channeling my Lyran or Lyran guide, that beautiful expression, emanation of my higher crystal self has been vetted by me already. And also, when you trust your soul, when you trust your heart, I would just, if the world was to end tomorrow and we were to be scattered individually, God knows where, you know, looking for each other in this, says, apocalyptic scenario, the one thing I would say to everybody, whatever you meet, whatever comes towards you, you don't have to communicate with the words. You just need to drop into your heart and feel the frequency, because that will never, ever, ever fool you. And that true innate connection, we all have it. Looking back to the consent, right? When I, very often, I would say when I'm on my life that I'm going to do a clearing or I'm going to do healing, I will ask, at that time, I will ask you, please just confirm you receive. Because if you say you're not receiving, then you are not receiving. You're still exposed through your ears to hearing the frequency, but if you don't accept it, you also have an innate power to say, that's not for me, and put that energetic barrier as well. But very often when I work, when, for example, clients call me and want to set an appointment and are seeking clearing, specifically clearing of their morphogenetic field or clearing of their property or loved ones, for example, the one thing that I will say is that we know that the same way as you can communicate with God, you can communicate with the higher self of another human being. So I very often seek resolution for my own soul, and when I do quantum work or Akashic Records work, I may call on the Christus self, higher self of a person with whom I'm seeking resolution, and I will then find that resolution through communication on a higher self, Christus self level. And I don't care who says what. Whether people think it's a lot of cash, I don't care, because I know it works. Because I know it works, and I will never step away from this way of communicating with other human beings as well. I'm not seeking communication with lower self. I'm seeking communication with the Christus self of an individual with whom my soul is seeking resolution. And this is how I work.